Okay, well, happy Saturday. I'm just getting ready to do my stuff. I'm gonna work on the van, Old Faithful. I know I said I was gonna retire it when it hit 400,000, but it's still going, so why? Now it's kind of just a challenge. So what I'm gonna do is, we took it to get an alignment because it's really bad on alignment. I think we went through those tires that we just got put on maybe in 20 or 25,000 miles, I think. Is probably how fast they went, and it's already got a little bubble on one side and a rip. So the alignment's really bad, and we knew that. It's just there was also some other stuff going on up front that I wasn't sure what it was, and just time, I never checked it out. So when I took it in to get the alignment, I know they do a suspension check as well, so they finally figured out, and it was the tie rod. Well, he said just the passenger side tie rod was messed up, but I bought the whole kit off of Detroit axle or something like that, so I'm gonna do that and just change the whole front end. I got the ball joints, the tie rods and everything, so I'm just gonna do them all, both sides. 400,000 miles. It actually was cheaper to do it that way than to go and buy the individual tire. I think the AutoZone wanted $25 for the outer and 20 bucks or something for the inner, so I mean you're already at $50 right there. So I got the whole kit, and hopefully that'll last for a while, and I'm gonna tighten everything up. That tie rod was, I mean, you could twist it probably a good, you know, I don't know, there was probably more than 90 degree rotation that you could do just by your hand, and it's sitting on the ground, no resistance at all. It was just as loose as anything. There was just nothing. I mean, yeah, it was bad. The ball joint, I got it loose. I'm having trouble with the castle nut. I didn't work on it too much yesterday, but a little bit. I can't get that nut off the top of the ball joint. So I'm gonna go and try and get that ball joint out, but I did take it off and kind of play with it, and it's pretty loose too. You can kind of spin it around and wiggle it and shake on it. So I'm just gonna replace everything. I think it'll be nice, and that might get rid of a little bit of that. We have a little bit of a kind of a jerk when you anytime the motor, you accelerate or you decelerate. So, and I thought it was transmission at first, but it really doesn't seem to be transmission. It's not like a skip when your transmission skips. It's more of just kind of a, you know, whoa type thing. And it's probably from the tie rods being loose like that, and, you know, a little shake. So hopefully that'll tighten all that up, get that done. There is a small oil leak over there, and I'm not sure where it's from. Kind of looks like it might be a little pump, so I'm not sure if this has an external oil pump or not, but I'll investigate that later and see if I want to mess with it or not. I haven't noticed any low oil, and I do check it every other time I fill up the gas, so I haven't had anything like that, so I'm not sure if it's going to be, you know, a priority or not, but I'm going to check it out and see. I've done all of the recalls that have been an issue for this Toyota, and that was the rubber lines, and really that was it, that oil cooler eventually, but the main one is that one underneath the oil cooler with the rubber line that you need to change out for the aluminum set. So hopefully that'll be good, and I think that'll also get rid of that little clanky rattly noise that I hear when you go over small bumps and stuff. Like when you enter the driveway, there's a little lip, and you can just hear a real bad little clank, you know, type thing when you come in. So hopefully this will get rid of that. If I can get that nut off, the tie rod was easy. I got that off there and everything else and stuff, but this nut is presenting a little bit of a problem. Might even have to take the CV axle out. Don't want to do that, but we're gonna see. I've got some clearance under there, so if I can get it broke free, then we're all right, because I can screw it up to the top and then pull the ball joint down and then undo the nut the rest of the way. So hopefully I can get to it if I can just get it broke free. So we'll try that. My son got his Bronco done. He had his friend come over last weekend, I think it was, and they worked on it. They got everything installed, took it for a test run. There's a little bit of issues he wants to work out before he gets new tires. These are original tires on there, and two of them, I guess because they've been sitting in the sun, not really doing anything for almost a year now. For 8 months or so, they're pretty flat. So they do hold air enough to go test drive it, so he does that. He tried something this morning, and then he's gonna look into that issue here soon and hopefully get that going. The next thing he wants to do is probably rebuild the motor, just because that, you know, just part of the fun, right? Having an old car and restoring it and getting it running again. What else do we got going on? I guess the other thing, I'm going to, you know, it is like I think I woke up, it was 43 degrees, so it made me a little fire. Got a little smoke going right now because I decided to throw in some scrap 2x4s, so I got to keep my door shut. But once those get burned up, I should be able to open it up and just kind of sit here and drink my coffee and plan out my weekend. The other thing I'm doing is working with that oil burner. I'm just gonna make a stand for it, like I said, so that I can put it up and maybe burn that stump up front and use it as a burner type thing. I kind of want to use it for a forge as well as a foundry. So I want that curve on there so I can, you know, stick it underneath the bricks and have it shoot up into the crucible instead of just at one side. But also I want to be able to turn it on outside, and maybe I've got some hangers and some things that I want to make for hoses and some, you know, just junk like that and some things. I want something to hang outside on the posts for all the chain that we have and things. So what I'd like to do is just get a piece of 3/8 rod and bend that in a hook and then just flatten one end. So I want to be able to stick that into the burner, you know. Could do it in here probably when I have this going, since it's winter, but it'd be cooler just to put it in the oil burner and then bang that down flat on the anvil. Dang, that was a puff. I better close it all the way. So I want to do that, and then also I want to play around with, you know, shooting fire at the stump and see if it'll burn that up or something. I don't know. I'll probably have it burned up before I get to that point, but just something to play with and work on. And then also for this, I've been watching Oil Burner, Australian guy. It's funny as heck. Kind of my philosophy. I love his safety warnings. You know, me welding in my Crocs and whatever. So like he says, you do it your way and I'll do it mine. So I love that. But him and this other Jerry's oil burner or something, I don't know, to modify this to run an oil burner. There's one design of just like a couple tin cans and a coffee can or something, and then you stick it in here. My plan is I left this a little high, if you remember, and so I could put another air hole in here if needed. Like right now, it probably needs that other air hole right here. So what my design is that I'm gonna put, I think I can get a 1.5 inch pipe right here. So I'm gonna put that there, and then I'm going to run the tube up and then put an elbow on it so it shines up, sticks up, and then the oil burner will fit on top of that. So the air will come in this little 1.5 inch tube and then go up into the oil burner. Then I'll just drill a hole over here and have my burner drip down into the pan where it's supposed to go, and that should give it the airflow and the oil that it needs. I'll probably use some black pipe, you know, the water pipe, so I can put a coupler on the outside and a coupler on the inside. Well, I'll actually just stick the pipe up through, and that way it's long enough to drip right into where my pan goes. So I'm gonna mount it so that it sticks just above the pan, and then I can, you know, drip my oil in right in the top right here. So I'll probably just put, actually I bought a little, it's a reducer. I bought it for the one out there. So that's probably what I'll do, is I'll probably just buy a longer piece of the 1/4 inch, I think it was, or 1/8 inch, I don't remember. I think it was 1/4 inch. Yeah, it was 1/4 inch pipe. So I've got a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch reducer. So I'm just gonna drill my hole, put that pipe all the way through, screw that reducer right on top, and then I'll probably make me a little shelf right there where those two brackets are that aren't being used, and I'll put my 5-gallon bucket right there and have it drain down with a piece of copper pipe, just dripping right above this thing. That way I can watch and see how much is dripping and stuff. And then I'll have me a shut-off valve at the bucket. That way I can turn it off if I want to. And then it'll drip in there, and once I get the fire going and stuff, I can, like this morning, I didn't have any wood because it's been raining and it's cold and gloomy and whatever else, so I didn't really have anything to put in there. I actually had to go and split some that I had from trying my log splitter out. So I got that done, and if I can do that, then we can get rid of that 40-some gallons of oil that we have, and then, you know, this one's due for an oil change, his is due for an oil change, the truck's due for an oil change, so there goes another 3 gallons right there that we get. So with all the cars, you know, with everybody, it's not as bad now because people have moved out and stuff, but when we had all 6 cars here, we were changing oil a lot and have no worries about supply of oil. So it'd be nice to, and I don't use the fire all the time here, you know, just on the weekends and only when it's cold. Like today I did because it's 43 it's already like 52 or 55, so once I get to working, I won't need the fire, but I'll have it for tonight so I can sit out here and just relax. So anyway, that's the plan for this weekend. A few things going on as always, and you know, just get outside, do stuff, and have fun, or just sit and relax and enjoy a fire. It's nice. You know, if you're always inside, you can have a fire inside, I guess, but everybody likes something different. But this is what I like to do, and you know, I'll just come out here and sit. Sometimes I'll put a show on the TV and watch Netflix or something, scary movie or whatever the latest thing. I think I'm trying to catch up on some of the Flash episodes. Haven't seen those or whatever, but sometimes I just watch the YouTube videos like the oil burners and get ideas of what I want to do. So like I kind of figured out how I'm going to do that, instead of building one of those nice little stands with a door on the bottom and you put your pan in and you close the door and the flames come up and you got your air hole on the bottom. I'm just going to drip it into mine and make me a little air hole right here. So you know, you can use what you see and make your own design, or combine 3 or 4 and come up with your plan. So that's what I do. Anyway, as always, I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy coffee for another 30 minutes or so, and then get started on that van and see if she can go more than 425. Let's go with small goals first. 425, that's gonna be our next goal. Or maybe, you know, March or April time frame. We'll see if we can get to there. But as always, we thank you for watching. Check back on Wednesday night for the burner. I think it's gonna be another burner modification or log split. I'm not sure which one I have posted out there. So, but check back on Wednesday night and leave comments below of your favorite activity on the weekends, and we'll catch you in the next video.